And up next, we'll see the dual threat, Christian McCaffrey. He's the owner of the third most rushing touchdowns league-wide. It's the 49ers and the Bengals coming up next.
Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Well, straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year. They were Super Bowl opponents twice in the 80s, and they're back at it here. The Bengals and Niners are underway. And he returns this to the 22. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Jennings, a receiver in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. This defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. On the return is Jones. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Simeon. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 3. From the gun, here's Simeon. And this one too low. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. And despite injuries like these, Charles, or these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now a play fake, and it's Simeon. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
From the red zone now, Simeon. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Simeon. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So this game of ours, Charles, the talk of the NFL world all week. Two unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But two teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these two are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now it's Simeon. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver.
And now it's second down.
You look at this Niner defense.
They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running left, it's Mixon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now Simeon. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Inside handoff to Mixon. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
63 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Diamador Lenore up to make the tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Simeon now to throw. It's caught. Smith. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw, Simeon.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Simeon off the bootleg. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Simeon.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead.
And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. Here's McPherson now to send it away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. San Francisco's offense returns to the field, sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Here's Purdy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. And that is incomplete here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Here's Jones on the return. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
To about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing on third down, Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 18. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Now Purdy.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And you figure this should be a healthy, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
78 yards rushing here from Mixon. He's got a 1st down.
Now Simeon. This is caught. It's Boyd. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
The Bengals at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Coming through that time and stopping him for a loss was Drake Jackson. Nice play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Mixing up the middle. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21.
So on 4th down, on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit.
He hit his first, this one from 38.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Ray McCloud to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Purdy looking to throw.
This one caught by Kittle. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They go play action here. Purdy.
And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd down. Here's Purdy to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Purdy now to throw.
Able to complete this one to McCloud. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line.
Purdy now on 2nd down.
That's caught out right by Jennings. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Open man is Ayuk, complete.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
And that might be exactly where they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
And his kick here is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys starting to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
To throw on second is Simeon. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Here's Simeon.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 1. Back to throw, Purdy. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On first down, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And let me tell you, that wasn't as easy as it looked. Dancing away and moving forward for 6 yards. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 4. Purdy. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he'll just get rid of it. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
And that flag accepted.
Automatic first down.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey from 17 yards out. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, it's Mixon. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 124 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Mixon.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place. And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there of 22.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now it's Simeon.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals have taken the lead.
On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the 1st down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And this is caught, Jennings. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
In motion goes McLeod. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Now Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Purdy looking to throw.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Purdy now to throw.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
This is caught. Touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon.
Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A handoff to Mixon.
Now he's free at the 35.
And he takes it all the way down to the 22.
Boy, 184 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Simeon.
He'll flip this out to Evans.
And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. So the completion good for just 3. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Back to throw, Simeon.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
They'll fake it. Now Simeon. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Purdy. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Henderson dropped down to 8 sacks last season, but don't get lost in that number. Still had 3 forced fumbles and remains a game wrecker on the edge of Cincinnati's line.
Here's 2nd down. Purdy to throw.
That's to McCaffrey, complete.
Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey
With his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the 49ers use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. On the return is Charlie Jones. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So now the Bengals down by 4, 80 seconds remaining. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. Now Simeon. Short throw to Smith. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now it's Simeon. That's complete to Chase. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Desperation time for Simeon on 4th. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Simeon's throw here into the hands of Boyd. Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Now 2nd and 4.
Simeon now to throw.
Complete to Boyd. And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down.
Simeon. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was a big shot for the end zone. You've still got a little bit of time here. You have to expect we'll see another. And remember, no timeouts left. So if you throw it short of the end zone and you're tackled, that's going to be the ball game.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.